Okay, and I leave the floor to Cristina.
Thank you. Thank you, Claudia. And good afternoon. We are presenting a creative method game. I'm Cristina Gaggioli. I'm senior researcher at the University for Foreigners in Perugia, in Italy. And with me there are Claudia Lafranconi and Giulia Quozzo. They are PhD students. And welcome. We are going to present the first example to make people learn through game. During the presentation, you can write in chat. Giulia will answer your question and collect your comments. We can start. In literature, the topic of game has always attracted the interest of many researchers, including those from fields other than pedagogy, as anthropologists, sociologists, psychologists, and philosophers. And game studies investigates theories and researches concerning the relationship between human being and game. And these studies have underlined the social, cognitive, motivational function of game. However, a distinction must be made between the use of game in education and the use of game as a teaching tool. In fact, a distinction should be made between game-based learning and gamification. On the one hand, we can find game-based learning refers to the use of game or video game to achieve an educational goal. Sometimes entertainment games can be used, and sometimes specific educational games as a serious game can be used. Indeed, we'll now focus on gamification. In fact, in the other end, we can find the gamification. Gamification refers to the use of game design elements in a non-game context, in our case, educational context. And this is the difference between play and game. So, in the case of gamification, the educational activities should be planned as a game starting from the design stage. But how do you design playful educational activities? To gamify an educational activities means incorporating elements of game design into learning design. In fact, it is not enough to play a game or video game in class to talk about gamification, because the central element in gamification is pre-existing instructional design, by which elements of game design are included in teaching. But why gamification in education? Gamification as a framework is adaptable to all age group, from children's service to senior citizens, is adaptable to different environment as school, extracurriculum, universities, job, is adaptable to different goal, didactic goal related to learning or educational goal related to socialization, for example, and is adaptable to different topic. Gamification can be applied to all disciplines or different subjects, for example. To do this, the teacher must 1. Know well learning design as description of the target audience, goals, timing, methodologies, tool, evaluation. The game design, the game elements included in the proposed activities, and the motivation that can drive the use of the user to participate, and the universal design for learning, for teaching for all students, including the students with special educational needs. And the second point is bring together all this knowledge and tool in a big puzzle, like a big puzzle. And game is this big puzzle is a tool aggregator that collects learning and game design tools already in use. And teacher and educator can have at their disposal a summary of the main design elements related to inclusion and gamification. And now Claudia will explain the game model. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you, Cristina. So in here you can see the game table that we're gonna use with our game model. It's, as Cristina says, it is full of different methodologies, and it's actually a tool aggregator. And as you can see, we have decided to create different cards to play to game, actually. The first card you're gonna use in Florence is this card called Classroom Type. And it represents the type of classroom in which you have to work. It can be a kindergarten class, or as well as a primary, as well as a secondary class. And all of them came with a different environment inside. So you have, for example, in here you can find a secondary school full of students, because it's 25. And it's, as you can see, it's a L2 environment. So it's a language school. So you have to work with that. Going on, after you choose your classroom, you have to answer one question, and I'm gonna ask Julia to help me here, because I'm gonna ask you, and you, if you want, you can write in the chat. What does G in the acronym GAME stands for, in your opinion? What are we going to work with? If you want to write down, what do you think it is?
So someone says goal.
Okay. Someone else?
Game.
Okay.
Gain with N.
Okay. That's
Double
interesting.
game.
Okay. That's interesting. Actually, the first one was the right one, because G stands for goals. So we have to define the perfect goals, the objective, the general one, the specific one, before getting into the lesson. So what do we want to learn? What do we want they have to learn? What they have to learn? We have to choose the criteria to allow everything and to define what they're gonna learn. Okay. In fact, we have created these cards. They are based on the National Direction for the Curriculum for Kindergarten, Primary and Middle School in Italy, that I have translated, so I can share them with you if you need to know more about that. It is about every type of skills that a student have to learn before finishing that grade in school. So it is divided into primary, secondary, and kindergarten, as I told you. And it is about, for example, in here we have listening, but we have also vocabulary, writing, reading, skills that you have to learn before going in another school, in another grade, actually. And this is the second card you're gonna pick out. And we are going to A. What do you think A in the word, in the acronym GAME stands for? You can write again in chat as before. If you have any idea.
So here we are, a double aim. Someone says apply, action.
This sounds very interesting, actually, because it's a good point of view and it's a good translation, but no one has get it, this one. Someone else has an idea?
So anyone is writing at the moment. Okay, audience.
Audience, okay, cool, but no.
Activity.
So you are
Sarah says activity.
okay. You are taking care of the actual activity that you can see inside that. So in fact, it's accessibility. So we are taking care of inclusion and accessibility in all our process. So we want that everyone can feel included inside our type of school, our type of grade, our type of activity. So it is also all based on the terms of usability and comprehension, and we are following the Universal Design for Learning guidelines that you can find online. As you can see, we have created three types of cards based, in fact, in engagement, representation, and action and expression. And you will pick up also one of these cards to join them with your goal and your type of classroom. You have to take care also of that. But we have also game. So the M, what does it stand for you? This one is easier, I guess.
Motivation. Moderate.
Okay. Someone else?
Method. So we are waiting for your comments. Double method.
Okay.
Motivation again.
So that's good. That's good. Because actually, two of you has got that. Is motivation. Because we all know that in learning, motivation is the main part of it, actually. So internal or external motivation is so important. And we want to improve that by following the core drives defined by two. We have created two type of cards for that. We have 8 core drives followed by a number of mechanics. Each core drive have got from 3 to 5 mechanics that you can follow. They are based on video games, and like, for example, we have in here beginner's luck. It's like when you start playing a video game and everything goes so well and you are so motivated to go on with that. That's the same with our activity and what we want to create. For example, we want to create an activity that that make people motivate to continue that, and we are improving that by let them have like everything at the beginning. But we have a lot of them, actually. It's so many cards with that. Going on, we have our last letter, that it's E. What does it stand for, in your opinion? This can be tough, actually.
So elevate.
Okay.
Emotion. Someone else. Educate. Enjoy or, oh, there are many comments here. Enjoy or entertainment, energy, environment, better if prepared, as Sarah says. Engage, energy, evolution, environment. So we collect many insights from.
That's right. This
Points.
one was interesting, actually. We have a lot of good comments here, good feedback, but the right one was environment, actually, because we have also to take care of what we have in our classroom, how is it made, and what we can use, and how is the emotional environment, how is everything we are involved into. But also we have to take care to the evaluation criteria and tools. So environment is divided into two cards, as you can see here. The one is about the strategies we are gonna use inside the classroom. For example, we want to stay as a teacher and talk with them without no interaction. It's on you, that's okay. But we have also the different type of assessment we want to use. We have self-assessment, iterate evaluation, and peer assessment. So this one, it's on you. You have to decide which one is the preferred one. So at the end of the game activity, you have to write down what you have found inside this huge table that you're going to also find inside the online website. In this part, in the first part, you will write your goals, then the accessibility, the motivation, and the mechanics related to the motivation, and finally the environment with the strategy and the evaluation part. On that part, under microlearning, you have discovery, onboarding, scaffolding, and endgame. This is based on a huge organization of the lesson. This means that it's all year work, such as discovery is the beginning of your training, your work with your classroom. And then going on, it's the other part of the lesson that goes on like all the year long. So when we work together at the game activity and when we will work together at the game activity in Florence, you will work only on the discovery part. You're gonna find an easier, actually a very easier scheme to complete, and we'll work on that. So if you have any question, in Florence we will learn how to use the game and with all of these parts, and we will have so much fun, actually. And I don't know if some of you want to join and have other comments, even Christina or Julia and whoever wants to participate, actually. Yes, Iphigenia?
Yes, thank you very much, Christina and Claudia and Julia. I just want to ask you which topics, which subjects we can apply this method to.
I don't know if Christina wants to speak, or I can speak, actually. It's the same. So the method, it's, I don't know, Christina, it's on you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. The method can be used with all type of subject, actually. So it's whatever. It depends on what you want to teach, actually.
It's
Thank
very
you.
adaptable for every subject, for math activity, learning second languages, for example, every subject.
Okay, and if a teacher wants to apply this method, do you have the minimum time for application if you want to do all 4 stages?
Depend to the learning design is very connected with the learning design for teacher activities.
So that would be would be also applied in a 1 hour, like 45 minutes teaching session?
From 1 hour to 1, 2, 3 months, 1 year,
yeah.
for example, can design like a big game for the school year.
Mhm, mhm. But we need to have also the cards, or not? We can make them, we must have them.
The
How
cards,
we use the card?
yes, the cards are for the teacher for planning the design and the activities, and for his students, but is for planning the cards. Is a game for teacher, and the game for teacher for invent the game for his students.
Okay,
Actually,
so we
the
need
cards,
the cards, right?
yes, the cards are actually a useful tool because Christina has brought a book about that. So actually, you have a book to follow up
Okay.
for everything. Is in Italian, so if you I don't know if you can read it, but the cards are a useful tool for teacher to help them without reading a book. Actually, with the book it's easier because you can understand everything like perfectly.
Christina, then if you have the book in PDF, perhaps we could, through the project, we can translate it into English.
There are the copyright for the editor, from the editor. I check if it's possible.
Yes, check with him.
Thank you.
Good.
But the card is are online. Yes, and with the Creative Commons.
Okay. Can we have something, the link for the cards?
It's also inside the educational platform, the learning platform. It's already there. Everything is there. Also the scheme at the end, the board I've let you see before. It's everything there. We have also 2 examples inside the platform of game used in 2 different environments, and everything is actually there.
Thank you.
So sorry, Claudia, but I saw there was Corina that held her hand. I don't know, Corina, if you want to still ask something.
Yes, hello. Thank you very
Hello.
much, Claudia and Christina. But if Eugenia made all the questions I wanted to ask, and you covered me. Okay, thank you. See you in Florence.
Thank you. I don't know if you have any other questions.
It is important for pupils to have fun, no? That the learning is fun for them, but is also important for teacher learn have fun as well.
So in the chat, there is an appreciation comment. I don't know if you had a look. So yes, I can confirm that it is a very funny activity. So I'm looking forward to carrying out this activity in Florence.
We had fun last time in Athens.
Yes, in Athens we had very funny moments.
It was the first time.
Sorry, I would like to ask you if the next session, gamification for fun, has to do with this session with game.
Actually, the University of Florence and the University of Iceland are in almost the same group